All right, let's talk about hair. There are a million types of hair, and by a million, I of course mean about four. Um, and they all are treated slightly differently, um, but the principles are the same of finding your shadows, finding your highlights, but treating it as volume. So this is a very, very quick sketch I'm doing on the right, where you look at the direction the hair is flowing and you look at how the light is hitting it and you're looking for full volume shapes. So like the three-dimensional shape of each chunk of hair. We're not looking for individual strands of hair. So for each like kind of chunk of hair, you want to make sure that you have your shadows, midtones, highlights. So here is a outline of an old photo of me when I had shorter and curlier hair one day. And you could see I did the contour and now I'm looking for some shadows. That's really the fundamental part of drawing hair, finding shapes and shadows, and a really big part of drawing hair is finding that sweet, sweet negative space, those weird shapes in between. And it's not just like the background of an image, but for in this case, you're looking for the darkest parts of the negative space. The highlights can be, they're more positive space in general, but like just looking for the shapes in between all of the things that you see will really help bring these things to life. Like each shadow in a chunk of hair flowing over will help create an actual definition of shape. Something worth noting for my people with short hair is it's the same or similar process, just on many more repetitions, so a lot of pattern going over. Um, you can keep it slightly more simple than this example, but you can see the attention to detail that really goes into forming all of this. Yeah, so again, really the biggest advice is find those forms, find those high contrast areas and start there. When you get to a point where you think that you have decently formed shadows and midtones, you can go back in and definitely add those bits of like some kind of dramatic strands. So if you have a massive highlight, maybe break it up with a line or two gently, and then maybe there's a shadow in there as well. And that will give the direction of the hair. It'll indicate like the texture, if it's curly or straight or kinky. Um, and another thing, I don't know if you can really see as I have done, um, but adding flyaways, which are all those hairs that don't quite fit exactly how you might think that they should, it can really add a lot of realism. And this is where I'm going to pause on this type of hair drawing. Thanks so much.